Devam Saraswati Vyasam Jayati Ashwaya Shubhadreshu Vishwaya Shubhadreshu Satyam Bhagavate 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 Rudra Uvasha Tauvaravaramna Asheshanati Vihavi Munihi Asakre Adare Adhi Jadi Rachita Diyam Mahavidyalo Aparudham Nagani Tattva Purana Brahmani Rudra Uvacha Tauvardhavaranga Ashishe Amriyate 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 Ini asasai ada mana ni? Ini asasai ada mana ni? Jadi kita diam mahu jalur apa itu? Jadi kita diam mahu jalur apa itu? Seperti mana kita buat aranu dari seperti Rudra Uvasha Tauvardhavaranga Ashishe Amriyate Vihavi Munihi Asasai Adare Adhi Jadi kita lihat mahu jalur apa itu? Ini dia mahu jalur apa itu? Seperti negara kita perang seperti Rudra Uvasha Tauvardhavaranga Ashishe Amriyate Tauvardhavaranga Ashishe Amriyate Yadini Rasate Adani Adani Yadini Rasate Adani Jadi kita lihat mahu jalur apa itu? Jadi kita lihat seperti negara kita perang dari Rudra Uvasha Tauvardhavaranga Ashishe Amriyate ये तीन भी सकते अरे हम ये गति का नियम योग्य लोग और हम जपतेन गणये तत्त्व परानुग्रहेण
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, voice is not clear. Prabhuji, some echo is there.
Okay, now it's okay. Yeah,
Yes,
I need
Prabhuji.
to chant.
Rudra uvacha तवरद्वराङ्ग्रो आशिषेह अखिलार्थे हि अपि मुनिभिरसक्ते आदरेण अरहणीये यदि रचित धियं मा अविद्यालोकः अपविद्धं जपति न गण्ये तत्त्वत्पर अनुग्रहेण.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. रुद्र उवाच तव वरदवराङ्घ्राव अशिषेः अखिलार्थे यपि मुनिभिरसक्ते आदरेणार्हणीये यदि रचितधियं मा विद्यलोकोपविद्धं जपति न गणये तत्त्वपरानुग्रहेण. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. रुद्र उवाच तव वरदा वराङ्ग्रव अशिष अखिलार्थे अपि मुनिभिरसक्तिरनुग्रह्णीये यदि रचितधियमाविद्यलोकोपविद्धं जपति न घनीय तत्त्वत्परानुग्रहेण. Thank you, प्रभुजी.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Anybody else?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Rudra Uvacha Tabbaradvarange Dhava Shekha Khilate Lakshmi Virasakta Raja Davena Hariye Yadi
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. रुद्र उवाच
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. तब वरद वरग्रघ्रां वशिषेहाखिलार्थे झपि मुनिभिरशक्तैरादरेण हरणीये यदि रचितधियमविद्यलोकोऽपि विद्धं जपति न गणेय तत्त्वत्परानुग्रहेण. थैंक यू प्रभुजी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. रुद्र उवाच तव वरदवराङ्ग्रौ अशिषे अखिलार्थे ये अपि मुनिभिरासक्तिरादरेणार्हणीये यदि रचितधियं मा विद्यलोकोऽपविद्धं जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परानुग्रहेण. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. रुद्र उवाच तव वरदवराङ्ग्राणि विशेष अखिलार्थे ह्यापि मुनिभिरासक्ते शक्तिराद्रेण हरिणये यदि रचितायं मग्नालयोऽपि अपविद्धं जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परानुग्रहेण. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Thank you everybody. Rudra Uvacha. Lord Shiva said, Tava, your Varada, O Supreme Benefactor, Vara Angrau, precious lotus feet, Ashisha, by desire, Iha, in the material world, Akila Arthe, for fulfillment, He api, certainly, munivihi, by the sages, asaktai, liberated, adarena, with care, arahaniye, worshipable, yadi, if, rachita dhyam, mind fixed, ma, me, avidya lokaha, the ignorant person, apavidham, unpurified activity, japati, utters, na ganaye, do not value, tat, it, tvat para, anugrahena, by compassion like yours. Lord Shiva said, my dear Lord, my mind and conscience are always fixed on your lotus feet, which are the source of all benediction and the fulfillment of all desires, are worshipped by liberated great sages, because your lotus feet are worthy of worship. With the mind fixed on your lotus feet, I am no longer disturbed a person who blaspheme me, claiming that my activities are not purified. I do not mind their accusations, and I excuse them out of compassion, just as you exhibit compassion towards all living entities. Lord Shiva said, my dear Lord, my mind and consciousness are always fixed on your lotus feet, which as a source of all benediction and fulfillment of all desires, are worshipped by all liberated great sages, because your lotus feet are worthy of worship. With the mind fixed on your lotus feet, I am no longer disturbed by persons who blaspheme me, claiming that my activities are not purified. I do not mind their accusations, and I excuse them out of compassion, just as you exhibit compassion toward all living entities. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to read today? Yes, Gunashi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Shiva expresses herein his regret at having been angry and having disturbed the sacrificial activities of Daksha. King Daksha had insulted him in many ways, and thus he had become angry and had frustrated the entire sacrificial ceremony. Later, when he was pleased, the yajna performance were reinstituted, and therefore he regretted his activities. Now he says that because his mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, he is no longer disturbed by the ordinary critics of his way of life. From this statement by Lord Shiva, it is understood that as long as one is on the material platform, one is affected by the three modes of material nature. As soon as one is in Krishna consciousness, however, one is no longer affected by such material activities. One should therefore always be fixed in Krishna consciousness, busy in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. It is guaranteed that such a devotee will never be affected by the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. This fact is also corroborated in Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who is fixed in the transcendental service of the Lord has surpassed all the material qualities and is situated in the status of Brahman realization, in which one is not afflicted by hankering for material objects. The recommendation of the Srimad Bhagavatam is that one should always be Krishna conscious and should never forget the transcendental relationship with the Lord. This program has to be followed strictly by everyone. From the statement of Lord Shiva, it is understood that he is always in Krishna consciousness and that he remained free from material afflictions. The only remedy, therefore, is to continue Krishna consciousness rigidly in order to get out of the contamination of the material modes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatadeshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rudra Uvacha Tavavaradavarangha Ashisheha Kilarte Hi api munirvirasakte radare narhaniye Yadirachitadhiyam avidyaloko apaviddham Japati naganaye tattvat paranugrahena. Lord says, my dear Lord, my mind and conscience are always fixed on your lotus feet, which is the source of all benediction and fulfillment of all desires. Our worship by all the liberated great sages, because your lotus feet are worthy of worship. With the mind fixed on your lotus feet, I am no longer disturbed by persons who blaspheme me, claiming that my activities are not purified. I do not mind their accusation, I excuse them out of compassion, just as you exhibit compassion towards all the living entities. Hare Krishna, I think the voice is clear now. Okay, so today's topic is transcendental relationship. See, Lord Shiva's situation is very unique. But we are not in that platform. It was long time ago. In our life, we have many times situation in which the things do not go the way you want. So what happens to you? You become disturbed. In those situations, if I can remember, wherever such situations came, in those situations, if you take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, he immediately situates you on a transcendental platform and you feel very, very blissful. Because in this world, we are still fixed to the material domain. And everything we calculate in terms of honor, dishonor, comfort, discomfort, physical or mental platform. When Arjuna asked Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, what is the symptom of somebody who is beyond the three modes of material nature? There's a chapter, later chapter on three modes. At that time, Krishna says something interesting. He says, such a person, any disturbance on the physical or mental plane does not disturb him. But it is not always like that. Things don't go your way all the time. And suddenly, there is some change. But can you still remain happy and transcendental? Your health will not be same all the time. Suddenly there will be some difficulty. Your relationship will not be the same all the time. So a friend would have become your enemy. The world keeps changing. And in that situation, if we can still remain Krishna conscious, that shows something is special. They say no. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Now you meditate on Srila Prabhupada's life. From a normal social terms, the order given to him was very impractical. If you ask any temple president in India, I'll give 1 crore rupees to you, what he will do? I tell you, everybody will say, I'll buy land and open a temple. Hai bhai? Hai nahi? Anybody will do like that? But something else happened. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he had built 64 Gaudiya mutts. And then one rich Marwadi approached him and they built a huge headquarters in Calcutta, Bagh Bazaar, at Bagh Bazaar area, made of marble. And Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada noticed that when the marble palace was built, the devotees are fighting for rooms. Sannyasis, chanting 64 rounds. He could see certain weaknesses. They become so frustrated, he could understand it's not going to last. This moment is gone. Imagine something he built his whole life. So he told an order to Srila Prabhupada, if you get money, you print books. And he said also another order, which he had already told Prabhupada many times. And in the letter he told to speak the knowledge to the English-speaking people. So 2 instructions, basically one is the order and how to do it. Prabhupada understood the order of his guru. And he started writing in English, even though India at that time is predominantly Hindi. Even today, if you put video in Hindi on a YouTube, you will get 3-4 times more viewership than an English video. Because most of the people in India are still Hindi based, the national language. English not everybody understands or they prefer to hear. Prabhupada used to practically every place speak in English. Even his prayer to his spiritual master, adore, adore the happy day, he wrote in English. Because the order of his guru was to preach in English. Interesting? Very interesting. And now he put a magazine in English, Back to Garden. Not many people read English at that time in India. And he is going shop to shop selling that magazine. And there is no result for a very long time. If you say practically total is 44 years, 26 years he got order, 70 years he started the movement. So you can calculate in between the days, years, he printed the magazine after his guru's departure. And so it is a totally very impractical thing what he's doing. And when he was a Grahastha, whatever he used to print the magazine and whatever remaining, he used to send it abroad to different parts of the world. Let me just imagine. In fact, some of these were later found out by disciples. Bhakti Thakur also used to do that, Prabhupada also followed the same. The situation is so difficult. He is not having money to print the magazine. He is a sannyasi now in Vrindavan. Circumstances change, but the order has not changed. And he is going around in Delhi. It was so hot, one day in a heat stroke he fell down. Did it become impractical to him? He is now approaching 70 years of his life. Anybody will give it up. I think he must have made mistake in that order. Anybody else will say, "Arey yaar, make one matha, live peacefully." That much money he could, if he can print a magazine, you can also have a matha. There is a famous saying in English. अगर किसी को कंगाल करना है, tell him, one way is that gift him an air conditioner on his marriage day. Because air conditioner is just like geyser. You can all live without hot water bath, but once you get addicted to it, you become habituated. I want hot water bath. Why you want hot water bath? Bangalore is such a hot climate, but become addicted to it. And in the beginning, 20, 30 degrees, then 90 degree hot you want. It's just a habit. You form a habit which spoils your health in the long run. Because all the nerves get damaged, you develop body pain after that. But it's a bad habit. Bangalore, everybody has it. And hot water. Sometimes okay, but it's not a daily routine. Similarly, air conditioner, we can live without air conditioner. We are all living. Once you get habituated, it becomes part of life. The power consumption in air conditioner may be same as a geyser for a few minutes, but geyser is for half an hour, but air conditioner will run for 24 hours now. We have some doctors who come to the temple. They find it very hot, even though it's very pleasant climate, because they are used to air conditioning. They cannot. And the problem with air conditioner is the bill. And very soon he'll become bankrupt. Correct? Similar is magazine. Person keeps printing the magazine till he becomes bankrupt. More than 90% of new magazine do not last. They're not so exciting to public, they end. But they end only after and you keep printing till you become bankrupt. This is a normal saying in the world. Prabhupada knows that. But still order is there to print. If you get money, you print. He's printing magazine and later he's printing. What is he printing later? He is printing books. Just imagine. And he's still trying to do that, even though he's impractical. And look at the situation that is such a situation. He now, as a grahastha, he had his earning. He's a sannyasi, he doesn't have earning. There is no money, even for a decent life in Radha Damodar temple. He had a very small, hardly any clothes, very difficult position. But he did not change. In fact, there is a famous interview, you are our well-wisher. Prabhupada says, Suraj, so the printer tells, why you are doing all this? There is no money, you are not able to pay your bills. He is himself doing proofreading, he is himself typing it, giving for printer, doing proofreading, checking the first print, and then finally printing it. Himself doing it. And the person says to Srila Prabhupada, why don't you stop it? It doesn't make any sense to me. Prabhupada looks at him and says, Surendranath, one day you'll know I'll be successful. Just imagine. So no normal person could have even thought about what he was doing. When Prabhupada's movement was successful, Prabhupada says a very nice line in one of the lectures. He says, I did it. I blindly followed my spiritual master. I never knew what is going to be the result of all this. I just blindly followed him. So the Prabhupada relationship to his Guru was actually transcendental, not material. He knew if I follow his order, everything will be successful. Therefore, when you read Srila Prabhupada books, you should read in the same spirit. I explained to you many times. The lowest level of reading these books is you read for philosophy, thinking. Little better level of reading these books is feeling. You feel the heart of a pure devotee. And if you read, you feel, oh, Prabhupada is so great. You feel like that in the heart. He's so great. So that is second level of reading. Third level, thinking, feeling and willing. You read from the books, you see the orders of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is giving me certain orders. Let me obey them. Then only you advance. We know the instance of Chota Haridas Thakur. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just somebody was explaining to me that isn't he so strict with them? Just for a very small offense of approaching a woman for a rice, that also for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he rejected him to the extent that he committed suicide. Wasn't he very strict? No. Not strict, he is actually showing the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you want to be accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to follow that standard. Don't think, nahi, thoda sa chalta hai, thoda nahi, that's it. Because God is not partial. You want to enter into his pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you want to dance in the Sankirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, don't forget the pastime of Chota Haridas Thakur. Rather, meditate the pastime of Bada Haridas Thakur. That is the standard you need, and that is the standard you don't need. That is, it's not a joke. Don't make a joke of the spiritual life. So here the focus is transcendental relationship. Okay? Life also, many difficult positions will come. The life get tough, get going. And in that difficult position also, if you can keep yourself transcendental, peaceful, happy, that really shows your advancement in Krishna consciousness. Just like Nahado ke to sabhi log sant dikhte hain, but when little difficulties come, can they maintain their calm? Can they maintain their heart at the lotus feet of Krishna? That is your advancement. Small difficulties, we lose faith in Krishna. Even very difficult situation, you maintain faith in Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, situation became so tough, one day distributing books, and a bull comes. And where do you distribute books? Go shop to shop. He's staying in Chippiwada, that is your Chandni Chowk of today. And he's going shop to shop, in a restaurant everywhere, trying to sell his magazine. Imagine, very humbly, he's trying. And people are there, go away. And in hot sun, one day a bull comes and hits him, and he's on the ground unconscious. Still, he did not lose faith that this order of spiritual master is practical. He did not lose his faith. Can you understand? Imagine this. So it's not easy to have faith that Guru's order is transcendental and it is practical in every situation. It is actually very, very difficult order. Correct? What Prabhupada received. And when Prabhupada goes to America, he goes with nothing except his books. And he survives day by day by selling the books. It's unimaginable actually. And he is pure devotee, but it shows how the spiritual master will test you, and being pleased by your sincerity will bless you with infinite power to preach Krishna consciousness. So anyway, so our goal is to come to the platform of transcendental relationship. Prabhupada says that's the difference between Baddha Jiva and Mukta Jiva. Mukta Jiva is always alive in his transcendental relationship, and the Baddha Jiva has forgotten his transcendental relationship to Krishna. Bhakti means what? Bhakti means re-establishing our transcendental relationship to Krishna. In the beginning, there was once one devotee told Srila Prabhupada, my parents are not so keen to come to temple, but they are very affectionate to me. One lady devotee. They visit my house and they are very affectionate to me. So Prabhupada said, because you are a devotee, if they are affectionate to you, they will advance spiritually. So the devotee said, Prabhupada, but I have no love for Krishna. So how by loving me they develop love for Krishna? So Prabhupada said, you're chanting Hare Krishna? Yes, Prabhupada, that is your love. So somebody who is chanting his rounds and following four regulated principles, that is the beginning of love to Krishna. Bhakti means, this is called Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya. The following the orders of the Acharya, we are following the rules and regulation, that is beginning of love to Krishna. Prabhupada, don't matter. You have taste for chanting, you're sitting down and chanting, that is your beginning of love for Krishna. And if the parents love you, they will also love Krishna in that way. So, as we practice Krishna consciousness, what is actually happening is that we are awakening our transcendental relationship to Krishna. Our transcendental relationship to Krishna is unique. Therefore, Prabhupada says transcendental, loving, pure, so many words he uses for signifying this relationship. So, our life is actually to revive this relationship. That is all. Morning, somebody was asking me this question. Can I invest in mutual fund? Won't that be gambling? So I said, see, it's all relative terms. Gambling among all is a bit relative. Just like you're sit in an aircraft, they say, jump from here, jump from there. Recently in Japan, one whole aircraft burned. Anything can happen tomorrow. There is a risk. But still, you see, I remember in the first time I went in the flight, I saw so many people are sleeping. I was chanting intensely. I saw the height, announcement, now we are 40,000 meters, whatever, away, above, and so many kilometers above, and outside the temperature is minus 30, minus 40. You know, if the plane falls, there is no question of survival. So seeing the dangerous situation, I was chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I was rather feeling if every day I can fly, because there is good chanting I was feeling I was doing. But I saw other people are peacefully snoring. And I was really surprised, because for them, it is not producing an anxiety. Correct? So it's all relative. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. For a Shudra, to invest 10 rupees in a business is an anxiety. He will not be able to sleep. Correct? A businessman sees a new product has come, will invest some 10 crore rupees and bring that product at his shop and keep it. Correct? And after that also he peacefully will sleep. Because for him, he can take certain amount of risk and still he can chant Hare Krishna, he can read Bhagavad Gita. So you can take risk to the level you can handle it. Just like we have an experience. Old people cannot take risk. They like to be more secure. Youngsters take risks. Rather, certain amount of anxiety is needed, otherwise we become lazy. And Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada used to do that. He used to say, when he used to come to know that devotees are becoming lazy, he used to take a big loan and then go away from the temple. That's all. Now he knows they will run, because idle mind is devil's workshop. Unless we are busy in some challenging situation, we will fall down. There has to be some challenging service for us, always. You create or Krishna will create for you. Better you create. Before Krishna makes your life challenging. Better you take some challenge for Krishna. Not that, it is going on. Going on means fall down. How is everything? Going on means fall down. You are waiting for a news of fall down. Actually, therefore, otherwise why Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada will take a loan? Correct? Creating a certain level of anxiety so people can run. So you take some certain level of anxiety. Okay, you can take it in your Shravanam and all. That's okay. That's nice. That's the best. But also take in your service. Something in your service that is very challenging. I don't know how it will be done. Good. And now proceed. Correct? So that absorbs your whole psychophysical nature. So for a Shudra in a very tamoguna situation, it is not possible to take any anxiety. Therefore Shudra just take a job. वो खाली जॉब लेता, उसमें शांति मिलता उसको. यार एश्योर्ड इनकम आ रहा है मेरे को महीने का, मेरे को क्यों टेंशन लेने का. बट बिजनेस मीन्स यू आर टेकिंग एंग्जाइटी, है ना. बिजनेस मतलब रिस्क है. प्रॉफिट भी होता है, लॉस भी होता है. यू हैव टू बी रेडी फॉर बोथ. नॉट दैट यू गेट इन डिप्रेशन. बिजनेस मीन्स एंग्जाइटी, बट यू कैन टेक इट. But some people, little loss, I met one person, some loss has happened, he went into depression. It's better go close your business, work for somebody. You'll be more peaceful. Because you can't handle a loss. है ना? Business में loss भी होता है. Loss हो कि आप depression में चले गए और tablet खा रहे हैं, इससे अच्छा business बंद कर दो, नौकरी ले लो किसी की, है ना? So, and he will invest 100 rupees, he will make 90 rupees, he'll give you 10 rupees. And you are happy with that. Because assured income. It's like when you invest in mutual fund, you get more returns, but also you may lose all the money also. Therefore, when a mutual fund का ad आता है, नीचे आता है ना star, mutual fund investment are subject to risk. Like for a trust, they don't allow us to invest money except in scheduled banks, because assured, protected, it's public money. But when I'm saying a person, but you should not that you say I can take the risk, but then see your situation. How much weight you can lift? Are you able to remember Krishna? Correct? So certain amount of risk should be there. Otherwise you will sleep. But not too much. If it is too much, then what will happen? Just like in this life, birth, old age, disease, death is already giving us enough anxiety. So therefore, do not increase too much other anxieties. Then you cannot chant Hare Krishna. Then you cannot read the Shastra. But no anxiety, you will sleep. Why did Krishna create birth, old age, disease, death? Also is to create a bit of anxiety. Because then you will do something. If there is no exam in the college, we will not even buy books. Forget about reading them. So similarly, if there is no death in life, we will never read Bhagavad Gita. In fact, when you meet people, and they are not showing interest in spiritual life, talk about death. Immediately he become interested in philosophy. Anybody. See, what about death? What about death? Just like in a college, somebody not taking interest in studying for exam is coming. Only 10 days are remaining. See, he develops interest. So all the philosophy starts when a person, you talk about death. Then he starts becoming introspective. He starts thinking about meaning of his life. He understands the temporary nature, and he got an opportunity to preach. Because it's a loophole. In the material world, Krishna has created some loopholes by which we can come out of the material world. One of them is death. He designed death in the material world very intelligently so that it will help us to understand this is not a place for my existence. So Shudra cannot take an anxiety and then a high levels more and more anxiety. Kshatriya, the head will cut any time. Okay? There is so much challenge to his position and power. So here Lord Shiva is lamenting, Are, you could have avoided that. Just like small children's fight, when the parent come, they stop fighting. Appa, I am sorry. They have broken something. So similarly, Lord Shiva is saying, yeah, kya sir kaat diya. It was heavy. No, he's saying. And then he's saying, yes, my Lord, but he's giving a secret how you can be transcendental. Because I've fixed my mind at your lotus feet, I become transcendental. Correct? I become transcendental. A long time ago, I'll tell it now. I didn't want to tell, I'll tell. I was in charge of book distribution. Okay. So I was pushing every devotee to join book distribution. And this was creating a bit of conflict with the president because he wanted, fundraising. And I was book distribution. It was creating. Temple was built. I felt now temple is built. Enough. Let us distribute books. He said, no. I want to build many temples like this. So we had some conflict in the situation. So finally what happened, I encouraged a lot of people to practically develop taste. Yeah, we will distribute books, we'll distribute. He got very angry. He said, okay, you go and you distribute books. I said, how? What you're telling? I said, yeah, the best is trade. So you go to trade. I'm in charge of book distribution. I have to go to sell books in the trade. The night when I heard the order, I was a bit upset. What is this? My position, what has happened? Hundreds of people follow me. But then I thought, let me read Prabhupada's books. So I started reading. I would have read for 2-3 hours before I slept. I felt so ecstatic, so much ecstatic in a spiritual platform. I started feeling that how much ecstatic it will distribute Prabhupada's books in such a challenging situation. In fact, it's a kind of an addiction. When you in a challenging situation preach, therefore I said every day you should test your strength. When you go to a newcomer and you preach to him Krishna consciousness, and we will have that opportunity as the temple opens. So many people come, correct? You get a chance to talk to them. True? It's actually a great opportunity. Not only you enjoy the nectar of spiritual life, you also know you have to keep yourself strong because you convince people not by argument, by your spiritual strength. Correct? And you can know that day by day. So it's such an ecstatic. And it's true, it is very ecstatic, but it is more ecstatic to go to people who never come to temple, for no interest in spiritual life, and you're challenging them to accept Krishna consciousness. That is even more tough. Correct? So we maintain our spiritual health and we try to preach Krishna consciousness in different ways. And once you feel the taste of it, it is such a nectar, so nectar. Okay, so we tend to, in every situation, as we become overcome, if we can do, like Lord Shiva said, क्या यार सिर काट दिया ये सब क्या हुआ मैं मेड वीरभद्रा इधर आके सब काट पीट किया उसका सिर ही काट दिया I'm sorry Krishna I should not have done that. Now but how did he say he came out of this? By focusing his mind on lotus feet of Krishna. So similarly we can also, when you're chanting Hare Krishna, we are actually bringing our heart at the lotus feet of Krishna. And if you chant attentively, we become transcendental to material existence. Okay? And when you become transcendental to material existence, that is the time you start becoming a devotee. A devotee means he is not on material platform. You should understand this. Therefore, Prabhupada says, angry and passionate cannot be devoted to the Lord as much they advertise. Correct? What does the devotee mean? Devotee means he is not in Tamoguna. Devotee means he is not in Rajoguna. Devotee means he is not in Sattva-guna. So what do you mean? And Tamoguna means lethargic, dull. He's not a devotee. He's desiring sense enjoyment, Rajoguna. He's not a devotee. Sattva-guna, it just keeps himself clean. He's also not a devotee. What is a devotee? Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritim ashritaha. Correct? True, in the middle word, Sattva-guna is better than Tamo-guna, but devotee means something else. It is beyond even Sattva-guna. Just like I remember I was in college, one professor was there. He'll come with 4 color chalks. And after half an hour, the board will be as if somebody has printed it. So nicely we write every point. So well planned, neat, organized. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita says, Sattva-guna can also become an addiction. An obstacle in spiritual life. Because if it develops pride, no, it should not be developed pride. So beyond all the 3 modes is Krishna consciousness. What is that? Devim prakritim ashita. So we are in Krishna consciousness when we are in transcendental loving service to Krishna. Bhajanti ananya manaso. And what is the symptom of that? Constantly somebody is offering service to Krishna. Just like Srila Prabhupada, we can see, he proves by his own example of the life. So much difficulty in whole life. He was blissful, peaceful. Krishna arranges, look, this is my devotee. See, Prabhupada doesn't need that test, but see, this is my devotee. So when he explained the difficult part of Prabhupada's life, it convinces people actually, we should never fail to do so. This difficult part of Srila Prabhupada's life was created just to convince ourselves and other people how Prabhupada is transcendental. Because otherwise directly somebody may not understand. Explain the difficulty, anybody. He got the order when he was 26-year-old, any respectable person you meet. And 44 years he struggled to start the movement in India. Oh my God. And tell little about the struggle. It develops great respect. So that way this life is arranged. But it shows for us that actually Prabhupada was totally transcendental to the material world. Correct? Because otherwise how do you explain? How do you explain? Just like when the Jesus instance is taken, that when people came to crucify him, he said, my Lord, please forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. That shows that, wow, such a great devotee. We appreciate. So similarly, that is the main focus for Christianity. They keep talking about that only. And they don't have much other leelas. They main focus on that leela. Cross, 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 cross. Prabhupada said that, I'm not saying. But here we have unlimited leelas of the Lord. Mother Yashoda playing with Krishna, Krishna creating the beautiful universe, Krishna instructing Arjuna, Krishna playing with the gopis. There are 90 leelas in the Krishna book. You have unlimited paintings of that. So unlimited scenes you can meditate on. You don't have just one scene. But this scene of Srila Prabhupada's life we should meditate on. So then we can understand that how he was totally transcendental. And that will help us to fix ourselves in the spiritual life and also to bring more people to Krishna consciousness. So try to keep focus on the holy name and gradually we also become transcendental. Beyond Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattva-guna, we come to Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakritim Ashita Bhajanti Anana Manaso Bhuta Adi Avayam Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantasta Dhridavarta Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. What is the symptom of somebody in transcendental platform? Constantly is engaged in devotional service. Satatam Kirtayanto Yatantascha Dhridavarta, with great determination is serving Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank
Krishna
you so much,
Prabhuji, thank
Prabhuji.
you so much for this very, very much
Krishna
informative
Prabhuji.
discussion.
Dandavat Pranam.
It will help me in my spiritual life.